I've seen behind the curtain. I've seen that there's a different lifestyle out there that's different to the 9 to 5 that we're all led down in society. I've been living now in Southeast Asia for the best part of 4 months, and I'm living now in Bali, and I can take you through what my day looks like day to day once I've left the rat race, and what happens when you're able to leave your 9 to 5 job. This is for people that are thinking that it's impossible, or thinking that there's no other way other than the society path. But I want to let you know how possible it is, the story that I've been on, and how you can achieve the same success if that is your goal. So, to start with, my name is James Eardley. I built a business that's done over 7 figures in revenue, about £1.3 million. And what that allowed me to do is leave my 9 to 5 job. I used to work in a housing association in the UK, and now I'm able to travel around the world. So I've been travelling in Europe, I've been travelling in Southeast Asia over the last, since September last year. And what it's allowed me to see is that there is definitely a different path out there compared to what we're all pushed down when we leave school, when we leave university. So I want to share that with more people because I want to inspire others to go ahead and achieve the same success. Because first of all, you've got to know it's possible. You've got to believe that you can achieve it before you can achieve anything. So let me walk you through where I started my previous life. And I think this will resonate with lots of people because it's probably similar to the life that the majority of us live when we leave school in the UK. So I started out working as a labourer on a building site for a local builder when I was fresh out of college. So I would have been 18 years old. And I did that for a year or so. And then because I was in the construction industry, I decided to go and get a construction HNC at university and start working for a local housing association. So I was measuring bathrooms, I was going to people's houses and helping with the surveys before the refurbishment of a bathroom. And it was a corporate job, it was in an office, it was had some status behind it because I was earning decent money for my age, and I was doing everything right. I had got a job that was stable, that was giving me the pension, it was giving me all the perks that you get from this 9 to 5 life. But what it didn't give me was any chance of achieving my dreams or any chance of achieving my potential that I knew I had. Certainly didn't give me fulfillment or contentment thinking that I was on the right path for where I wanted to go. So it left me feeling like there was more to life. It left me feeling like this couldn't be what I was going to be destined to do for the next 30, 40, 50 years in that job, waiting for the weekend and then just pushing through the days of the week and not really ever thriving in that environment. So I made a decision when I was speaking to people in my office. People were telling me, I remember one person distinctively told me, you don't want to end up in a place like this long term. And I remember thinking that, I was already thinking those thoughts, but by people telling me this, it was really coming to realization that I had to do something about it. Took a long time for me to build up the courage to actually do something about it though, because that's the easy path. It's the certainty, it's the comfort that you've got when you're in these golden handcuffs of having a guaranteed income coming in at the end of every month. So it took a lot of courage to actually get out of that and start working on a business, which is incredibly difficult. It's a lot more difficult than the comfortable journey of just getting into a 9 to 5 job. But I had to do something about it because I had big goals. So what I did was get really clear, and I'll go through the steps that I took, but I had initially to get really clear on what I wanted, and I had to take consistent action to build an online business. And once I built an online income stream, which I'll go through the steps later in this video, I was then able to see behind the curtain of leave a 9 to 5 job, start working and traveling abroad, and understanding that there is different lifestyles that we can live apart from the one that's first presented to us if you live passively and if you just follow the ladder that's pushed down to us. So now my life looks completely different. I'm able to travel the world, live in villas like this, like I currently am in Bali, and have the freedom to work on the things that I want to work on. And so work becomes something that I do because I enjoy it rather than because I have to pick up a paycheck at the end of every month. And that freedom is huge. Also, it gives me a chance to see some incredible places around the world. It gives me a chance to really work on myself. Like I'm going to the gym every day and able to really get outside in the sun. That's something we don't see that much in the UK. But I'm able to live a lifestyle that really helps me to thrive physically and mentally. And that's possible when you go through these steps that I'm about to explain to you now. But first of all, I just want to walk you through the day that I've had today, because the day I've had today is sort of perfectly summed up what I was visualizing when I first was in my job. So today I woke up, went to the gym, on the back of a bike here in Bali, with the trees around us, driving to the gym, did a good workout, spent some time in the sun, and then I've come back, I've gone out to a co-working space. Then when I'm walking back from the co-working space after doing some work on things that I actually enjoy, received a notification from my virtual assistant to tell us about an order that's come in for like £2,600. And I realised in that moment, I'm just living the exact life that I visualised that I would be living, where I'm earning income, but I'm able to do it while doing things that I enjoy. And it's really sparked me to record this video today to tell you what's possible when you have the courage and consistency. And that's why I'm so passionate about it. I make these videos, but also I run a free community that I'm inviting everyone to that watches these videos, because if you're watching this video now, you clearly want something more out of life. So that community that I'm building, it's a free community called Relentless Co, but it will take you through the steps that you need to go through. No matter what business model you're running, it gets your mental state in the right place, it gets your consistency in the right place to achieve the goals that you've got. So feel free to join that free community, which is the first link in the description. And yeah, let me know what it is you want to achieve, and I'll be there to help you out to achieve that. So now, as I promised, we're going to go through the steps that I took, because I've been able to look back at my journey and condense it into a 3-step method that I know will work for anyone watching this video to get you from where you are to where you want to be. And that 3-step method is my WIN method, and it breaks down the most important things that we need to understand to get ourselves right up here to achieve the goals that we've got. So no matter what your goals are, like whether it's 10k a month with dropshipping, whether it's 10k a month with an online community or content creation, or whether it's just to replace your salary with freelancing work, or whatever it is that you're going into, you'll need to get these 3 things right in order to achieve that. So those 3 things, they stand for winning routine, intentional tasks, and a North Star. And we do those in reverse order so that everything leads naturally on to the next. So the first step is the North Star part, and that means you need to understand what is your vision, what's your end goal. I talked about how this day that I've lived today was like what I was visualizing a few years ago. You need to have an equivalent of that. You need to know what your average Tuesday is going to look like in the future in order for you to achieve that. Step 2 is to know what are the actual tasks that will get you there. Because when you start out and you've got a big vision, it can be overwhelming to have 20, 30 different possible tasks that you could possibly take. You need to know what the 2 or 3 most important tasks will be, so you can do that first thing every morning, or that should be the priority for you to achieve rather than anything else. And no matter what business you're going into, there will be a critical few tasks that make the difference, and then there'll be the majority of tasks that are just distractions and unnecessary. But you need to know what's going to make the biggest difference. And finally, we need to then put in place your routine to enable you to take these most important tasks on a consistent basis. So you need to find out within your routine, which is specific to you, find times for you to put in at least 2 hours a day working towards this business. Now, I started alongside a 9-to-5 job. I would do an hour before work, I'd do an hour after work, but the most important thing was that I would get my most important task done before I started my 9-to-5 job. So it meant getting up earlier, but that's a sacrifice you might have to make if you want to achieve something in your life. And you put in the work. It's hard work, I'm not going to pretend it at all. It's something that is difficult. It's a lot more difficult than staying passively in your job, but the rewards outweigh the difficulty. And when you've got people around you, it's that much more achievable, enjoyable, and it's a lot more likely that you will achieve the success because you've got people that will hold you accountable, and you'll keep turning up because it's not just you that you're doing it for, you're doing it to help others as well. So yeah, it's worked for me. It's built this life. It's shown me that there is another way to live, and I want that to be clear to you that you can achieve the same success. I'm not special in any way. I just am consistent and very driven because I've got a very strong vision and very strong reasons why I want to achieve the goals that I've got for myself. And that's something that you can achieve no matter your head start, no matter your background, no matter where you're starting. If you put yourself through those 3 steps, I guarantee you'll put yourself into a fantastic position to achieve the goal that you have for yourself. So with that said, I would love to speak to you inside the community. So join the community with the first link in the description. We can chat and I can help you out mapping out these 3 steps so you can take the action that you need to take to get to your goals and see a different lifestyle that's out there available for you. So with that said, subscribe if you like this type of content, leave a like, let me know what you're going to do and take action off the back of this video. I'd love to hear that in the comments. And with that said, I'll see you in the next video.